Good morning, lovely listeners, and hello, Kim.
Oh, we got different experience this morning already.
You got to mix it up sometimes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jill.
Mm.
So we have noticed today that things are kind of quiet in the spiritual realm, in our intuition, in our head. Like things are they were quiet. And sometimes that can be a very, very, very good thing. And sometimes people take that as like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me. Like, we can go many, many different ways with the quiet, subtle intuitive hits that are coming through when you are actually quiet. They still come through.
They do, and they're perhaps a little more, I kind of want to use the word tricky. They're not tricky, it's tricky for us, say, to identify them when they're so quiet. Until we say build that skill,
Yeah.
So, but too, in a holiday kind of time of year, it's, lots going on, and then you pair with that subtle kind of quiet intuition. There's probably a lot of people right now that are thinking, especially thinking this time of year, I'm not getting intuition. I'm not getting, the information isn't coming through. Well,
it is, and it's coming through a cognizant way. So Jill, a lot of her intuition comes through with just a sense of knowing. She just knows it. She doesn't have to feel it, You don't have to like see a vision in your head or hear something. It's a sense of knowing. It's claircognizant. And I think when we're more calm, that happens a lot more frequently, but we dismiss that as not being intuitive.
and we dismiss it fast. I, for much of my life, did that too. I'd get the intuitive knowing, very calm, very quiet, very fast too. Now, it doesn't have a sense of like speed, like, in a vehicle or a plane or something. It's not speed like that. It's just, it can come through so fast. It's like, what was that?
Yeah. And it's gone. Sometimes very, very gone.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep. Sometimes it's like, I'll call it a flyby. Whew, there it goes. And so what do we do with that, Kim? What do we do with those quiet, subtle, knowings, those flybys? Like, what would you suggest we do with that?
Well, you made a beautiful comment this morning, how you coached yourself to remember them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times those ones are so fast and so quiet, if you want to call it quiet, that it's like it goes in and out super fast and you're like, wait, was that a hit? Was that something? Was I supposed to remember that? Like, and then it's like gone.
Yeah.
And you made that comment where you coached yourself into saying like, I can remember this. Like it's there, like, and you brought it back up to the forefront.
Yes. And I would throw in there, I love that, absolutely, that the self-coaching is important. A huge piece is trust. And that was a piece that was missing for me for so much of my life in terms of trusting the intuition and trusting ourselves to learn the intuition. So the example you just gave, Kim, came through. There was something that came through to me yesterday morning, kind of like a flyby, like I said. It came through really fast. I did have like a keyword for it. But then, my day unfolded and a lot happened. And it was late in the day, in the evening, I should say, when I got another little hit. Like, hey, remember that thing this morning? That's all I got, that thing.
Yes.
And I was like, thing, and I went right back to where I was in the kitchen. And then that's where the coaching came in, where I can remember this. Okay, we'll see. Or I was more like, I'll remember it if it's important, if it really needs to come through, which is where the trust starts to come in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of what they're looking for today. Is it's not about what you actually say do with that information, with that intuitive hit. It's the fact that when it's so quiet, you honor that it actually came through. And then you could say, when I'm supposed to use this, when it's the appropriate time, it'll come through. It'll be useful. And sometimes it's just knowing, and for them to say, oh, they actually got it. Oh, that's all. That's all we want to do, just to make sure you got it.
Yes, it's like a two-step process. Like one is I got it, and two is if you want to like give the I got it rocket fuel, that's where you bring in the trust and the self-coaching. But that's not even important to do that second step today. You know, like you said, Kim, it's that, hey, yeah, I got it. Something came through. Because I hear people so often, and so much of my life, I've heard people say they're not intuitive, right?
Yeah.
And I've had a very strong knowing since I was a little kid. And so to me, for someone to say they're not intuitive, I literally, even as I'm saying it, I'm just shaking my head going, that makes no sense. Everyone has guidance in them.
Yeah.
And so I want to assure everyone who's listening right now, if you're saying you're not intuitive or this doesn't work for you, I'm assuring you, you do. You have hits of intuition are coming through. Play with it, embrace it, see it as that little flyby that goes by. Kim, you associate things sometimes with memories. That helps you really, like I'd say, ground them in your experience. Like a hit might come through and then you'll correlate it with a memory, you know? That's your, what would you call it, your tool that you developed for yourself?
Yep. It works very well for me. So I like it. Catches my attention.
Yeah. And that's what happened to me is yesterday was a memory thing when that in the evening when I was asking to remember that intuitive hit, my memory went back to standing in the kitchen.
Mm.
You know, so however you play with this, intuition is coming through, and it's so fun. It's so fun when you start developing your intuitive toolbox.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a yawn.
Uh-huh. Very good. Lots of energy moving around this one.
Yep.
Wonderful.
Great.
All right.
Have fun playing in the quiet field today.
Yes, and intuitive thing is coming to me right now. Like we do say play and have fun a lot, and we genuinely mean it. That's why we say it so much.
Yes.
This part of when people are saying they're not intuitive or they don't get those hits is because they're too serious about it. They're trying to correlate it like on too like in big or intense or deep of a level. Like, this can be a little thing. Like, no, rather than say having whatever soup for dinner tonight, your body wants fish. Like, not a big deal.
Yeah. Yep.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much, Kim.
Yeah. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Until next time.